Most players don't care about the settings of their dungeon masters, and that's completely normal, but there is a simple trick that will make them fall in love with yours. Have you ever heard of the Ikea Effect? This is the name of an interesting psychological phenomenon. It was discovered by a group of really smart researchers back in 2011. The study consisted of 3 different experiments. The participants built Lego items, folded origami figures, and assembled Ikea boxes. Researchers then asked the participants and a control group to price the items. The people who personally crafted the items were willing to pay 63% more compared to the people who didn't. The conclusion was that when people construct something, even if they do a poor job of it, they value the end result more. So even if that IKEA bookshelf is a bit crooked, or if we got some screws left over, we still prefer it to the point where we're willing to pay more for it. This effect doesn't just apply to furniture and origami. It consistently shows up whenever we create or build something ourselves, regardless if we're cooking a fancy meal or we come up with an idea at work. When we have a hand in creating something, we value it way more. Now, let's think about this in the context of your D&D campaign. Imagine your game world as an amazing sprawling flat pack furniture, waiting to be assembled. It's not just a completed piece of art only to be looked at and admired. Instead of using a wrench and a bag of screws, your players are using their decisions, victories, and even their failures as the tools to construct and alter the setting. Each choice they make, each monster they slay, each NPC they befriend is like adding another piece to the structure. Maybe they decide to help a struggling village, and because of that the village grows into a thriving city. Or maybe they fail to stop the evil sorcerer's plan and a part of the world falls into darkness. The important part is that you as the DM don't have exclusive control over the world. Instead, it's something that's being built in real time through the actions and choices of your players. Just like assembling a chair from IKEA, they're piecing together the story of their world, one action at a time, regardless if they're heroes adored by many or the adventurers who accidentally released a devastating curse. They're going to adore this world. You might ask yourself, will they love it even if they ruin it? And the answer is yes, they will. It might sound strange at first, but think about it. You love your wobbly IKEA table because it's your table. It's a physical manifestation, your labor, and the experience of you building it yourself. The same is true for the players and the game setting their characters inhabit. It's their world, at least as much as it's yours. They had a hand in shaping it, even if that result is a bit chaotic and unexpected. Maybe they started an unforeseen war, or maybe they turned a wicked villain into a beloved hero. But whatever happens, they did it. The towns they saved, the mountains they charted, the catastrophes they accidentally caused. It's all part of the world now. So, in order for your players to fall in love with your setting, you need to let them impact the world in significant ways. But how do you deal with this as a dungeon master? Here are a few examples. Your players just saved a tiny hamlet from an onslaught of goblins. Now, you could just give them their XP, maybe some loot, and move on. Or you could show them the lasting impact of their actions. Or maybe the grateful villagers erect a statue in their honor. Or a local bard composes a ballad about their heroic deeds that they hear wherever they go. But what if things go south? Let's say they were tasked with protecting a sacred artifact, but it got stolen under their watch. Or maybe the villain uses the artifact to amass power, becoming a recurring villain in your campaign. The key is to let your players' actions have real, tangible consequences in the game world. Every action should feel like a stone thrown into a pond, creating ripples that affect the whole world around them. This way, they're more than observers. They are active participants in the world you're all creating together. With this trick, your players will care a lot more about your world and engage with it. But if you want to engage them from the first moment of your session, it's best that you have a strong start. Learn how to do it consistently in this video.